first corner is the most pressure you're going to feel across this whole race. Getting it off the line is one of the toughest things you can do as you get 5 lights up. And the Bathurst Enduro is underway for Split 2 with a great start from the front runners at the TMX boys as well inside of the top 10 as they run round turn number 1. You can see Lawrence has got a good start away. They've kept themselves nice, clean and consistent, Sinka. For the final race of the season, it's a scramble towards turn 1 for the front runners and the whole field in behind. Another old lead from through one already, dangerously. And Sinka wanting to try and keep right on the tail of Doug Hill. Mazzaroli was the front, and the front all leading as well. Phase there, Katakazina.
Yes, he did.
Labouring, still going at each other here. 3 minutes down, we've got 70 minutes to go. They're going to go round a lot of times. It's 1 minute 21 lap times here. We're not going to stop. Shane Ratcliffe fighting out as well. Ray Oliver's got Bradley Wall alongside. Looks like Daniel Harding has had some form of incident. We'll pick up on that one in a minute. But Oliver on the inside, got to come back behind it.
Further back as we're underway, James Scott will lead them up the hill, up towards turn 1. Can they keep it clean? There's already contact with Bolton and Stonestead on the straight as they run round turn 2. Dodge and Warboy being cautious off the exit of turn 1. What a run off the line, but an atrocity has happened to Troy Stonestreet off the start. There's no other way to say it, Sinka. Off of Will Brown and just absolutely Superman punches straight into the wall on the left hand.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Warren Brown V8 Supercars Championship, the penultimate round. We are at round 8 of 9. Going to be a spectacular night here, and thank you, Warren Brown, for supporting us all the way through it. We are tonight at a spectacular track out in Portland, Oregon, Portland International Raceway. A fantastic place where we've had all sorts of styles of racing out there. IndyCar, NASCAR, Trans Am West, Portland Grand Prix, Pirelli World Challenge, NASCAR Craftsman's Trucks, AMA Superbikes, and believe it or not, in the Dallara Champ cars, Willpower has got a lap record here of 59.259. Way to go for an Aussie out there in the middle of the US, tearing it up on an asphalt concrete track. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have an absolute pearler tonight. Welcome to the room. Kobe in the background pushing the buttons, not mine, just the streams. And with me, as usual, Mr. Watson. How you going, buddy?
Going good. Yeah, pushing your buttons is my job. But, yeah, yes, sir, Willpower, the GOAT with many accomplishments at this track. Winner of the last 2 races here, in fact, making me a very happy fan. But yeah, this is a very cool and very underrated racetrack, but it's starting to get the love and attention that it deserves, like you said, with a lot of events being held at this track, and a lot of them popping up within the last couple of years. You know, this track actually wasn't used all that much for, like, you know, big name, high attention series, and then all of a sudden in the last decade, you know, practically everything has started racing here, like you said, and it's great for everyone to see how cool and unique of a racetrack this is. You know, there's not that many racetracks that have their main straightaway as a drag strip, for crying out loud. It's just really cool, this place.
Look, it's going to be a cracker of a night, and the laps out there, the pace out there is already pretty spectacular. I mean, we just read out Willpower was sub-1, sub-minute out on this track, but the boys out there at the moment are already sitting on 112s as James Scott is ripped out a 112.602 in practice, so quality won't be too far away. What are our expectations tonight? I know both of us were having a bit of a chin wag about what we may think this track might bring us. Passing opportunities may be slim. We've got some really big braking zones. If we can pop the track map up for a second on the right-hand side. Braking zones, the hard, the left-hander, sort of a really wide chicane to a tight right-hander, to a very long straight with a really big braking point. What do you think is going to be the main challenge? That braking point, the right-hander for us, or are we just going to get catastrophe straight off the S's as we start the race?
Well, yeah, we were saying, there's a whole heck of a lot of passing opportunities, you know. Going into the chicane turn 1 complex is absolutely passing opportunity number 1, but outside of that, it's gonna be difficult because when you get past here, the track narrows up dramatically. You're not going to have a whole lot of space to be able to send it up, and the kind of multi-apex sweeper you go into after turn 1 just doesn't really give you that much of an opportunity to get alongside enough, and then you go into another kind of sweeping left-hander. But if you can have a send after that, going into like the turn 5 complex or so, that leads you back onto the curve, back straight away, that's probably the second best opportunity because it widens out a lot more, so you have an opportunity to try to get a send there. But other than there, it's not gonna be easy. But with that said, the turn 1 chicane That's going to be where we see a lot of the chaos, because like you said, it's a very heavy braking zone, and then you're basically having to throw it into that wall there on the inside. So if you're just a little too early with your turn in, you're going to clobber that wall, and if there's anyone around you, it's going to cause chaos. So if we're going to get a safety car, it's more than likely going to come from something in that area.
Well, we don't mind a bit of chaos up here in the commentary booth, but downstairs in race control, not so much. Tonight we've got our race directed down there, Mr. Greg Barber, with Mark Cochran looking after them. They've done a swap across at the moment and letting things switch around. But let's have a quick look. While they get the outlaps out there, the quality has started. Outlaps are in the modes. Let's have a quick look at the ladder of the top 10 of each of the Pro-Ams and AMs, starting with the AMs. And we'll have a look and just let you guys see where things are at the moment. We have got in the top 10, that's where we're going to head to. Craig Healy from EWT Racing is out there in the lead with 113 points on Di Feldman. Di has been poking the nose up that way for a while and doing an extremely good job out on track, getting some really consistent points. Behind she is 113 points. Third place, Martin Lipsky from Tulip Racing, 19 points behind her. Scotty Weston, EWT Racing, 6 points behind. Chris Tomlin from LCR, 1 point behind. That top 5 is looking very crispy and looking like a lot of fun. Brett Taylor, EWT, is in the 6th place. Danny Bartouche from Silveroo Racing in 7th. Alan Mazzaroli, Tulip Racing in 8th. And Wayne Edwards from Web Sim Racing in 9th, followed by John Van Ray from WKMP Sim Sports in 10th. You can see the rest of them as they follow down. Robbie Baxter, Maisie, DeWitt, Elsie, Oliver, James, Quash, and Hughes. Let's have a look at the Pro-Ams. The Warren and Brown V8 Supercars Tuesday night Pro-Ams. The leader is Peter Pavlovich with a nice lead of 51 points, not as decisive as it is in the AMs. He's got Chris Blanchard from WKMP Sim Sports, 51 points behind him. Jacob Trainer from Sim Racing Brotherhood, he is a further 8 points behind. Daniel Clutterbuck, our AMs champion from season 2, is from TMX Transform, is 28 points behind on 666. Brandon Levin from Team SRW Motorsports is another 11 points behind, with Travis Daly from M1 Racing, 18 points behind. The top 6 is looking really close across here. It could end up any which way for the top 3 positions, but it looks like the fight will come down to probably Clutterbuck 4th place and onwards. Let's have a look at the pros. This is where the title fight is getting really, really juicy. We've seen some incidents and we've seen some fun going through. We've seen a little bit of door banging in the last few weeks. But the Warren and Brown V8 Supercar Championship for the pros, at the moment, we've got Rian Leonard fighting it out for Phoenix Racing Team at 1,029 points, 2 points ahead of James Scott from Chief Esports. And following him very, very closely is Ryan Mueller from Pacific Esport Racing, 1 point behind. That top 3 is inseparable. It will go down to the hammer. The champion will come out of those 3. But then we also have Will Morgan showing some early season form, continuing it right through from about round 3 onwards. This amazing pace on 977 points, 49 points behind. He could still get himself up there on the podiums, 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Probably not 1st, but maybe 2nd or 3rd. Let's see how the season goes with 2 races left. Jace Douglas, Jordan Mazzaroli in 5th place from Tulip Racing. Jace Douglas from Murray Performance Racing in 6th. Troy Stone Street in 7th place from WKMP Sim Sport, followed by his teammate Billy Mole in WKMP Sim Sport in 8th place. Stevie Banks from Pacific Esport Racing in 9th, and the top 10 is rounded off by Ryan Nielsen, a privateer, in 10th place. Ladies and gentlemen, they got Dylan Gray, Tim Mulford, Joshua Horton, Jacob Lucas rounding out the top 14. We are in qualifying mode now. We are 10 minutes in. Everyone has just about set their laps and we are ready to rock and roll. Not sure if our clicker timer is working as yet, but we will still give you as much out there as we can for these boys. James Scott has got an early time he's put down with a 112.820. And only 4 100ths behind him is Rian Leonard. 1 100 behind him is Ryan Pro Nielsen at 112.86. Jordan Mazzaroli, another 5/100ths. This is how close it is. It is literally 1/10 between top spot and 5th spot. This is going to be an absolute cracker.
It's awesome. That's what you love to see as a fan and a broadcaster is when everyone is close like this. The closer everyone is, the more entertaining it is for the fans and the easier our job is. So you hope that they can keep it this close, although as we say that, James Scott cuts off another 3/10 and Mazzaroli cuts off about a 1/10 of his time to end up just outside 2/10 behind James Scott. But what a lap time by Mazzaroli.
Oh, where's he come from all of a sudden this season? He is having an absolute cracker.
Yeah, and
That's
you weren't
amazing.
expecting it.
Yeah.
You look at his time and you go, holy cannoli, Jordan Mazzaroli, what a lap.
I thought you were going to break out into a song then, mate, and do a bit of line dancing for us.
I'm a poet and I didn't even know it.
No. Here's some hot news for you, though, at the moment. Ryan Mueller is starting from the pits tonight for a infringement on last week's race. He's got himself a pit start, but we have an hour format tonight, 1 hour of racing. So knowing his pace and his ability out there, he's going to be fired up to get his way all the way to the pointy end of this track. Now, we did briefly say that track is narrow in places, and you can see it no more here than this little S-bend here coming across. This is very, very narrow. It widens up a little bit here, but it's weird because it chokes it straight away. It's sort of like there's an elbow on that part of the track where it's going to suck a few drivers in to make a bit of a move there, and then it just shuts the door on you. That wall, as well as you're coming into the tight right hand just then, is going to be a bit tricky with the way we know our drivers do, 2 wides and 3 wides.
Yeah, and because you're going to get kind of beckoned, tempted to try to keep it side by side going into that second chicane. And side by side does not go well, as you see a bit of a moment for James Scott there. But yeah, the second chicane isn't as much of a passing opportunity as you would think and you would hope. You know, I've seen a lot of times cars try to stay too wide, and it usually ends with one of them just absolutely getting yeeted off onto the left. So, yeah, we'll probably see some chaos there, and not just from people trying to pass, but it's also easy to carry a lot more speed and just kind of slide right off onto the grass. If you get onto that grass, just gonna keep sliding past the final corner into that tire barrier, which is very close to the edge of the track. So I'm gonna say we'll probably see at least 2 or 3 end up right there, because yeah, that too is also something I've seen quite a bit of.
I think one of the incidents we're going to have as well is during the race is that pit exit. Coming straight out onto the tight right-hander. It's in a zone where people are going to try to make moves and passes, and you'll see it just come up here. You can get a higher shot of it, and you can see the guys coming out, and it leads into that really tight braking zone. Yeah, a little bit like is it Monza? With the little bit of a chicane at the very end of the straight, and the pit entrance coming right on it. So it's going to be a tricky one for the guys to maneuver out of there during the race.
Yeah, it's kind of like Monza on steroids in that regard, because you have a little more time and space from the exit of pit road to the chicane. That's not the case here, so I imagine things will be pretty sketchy, especially
right
with
there.
those. Yeah,
It's
you thought the Mizano.
oh man, Let's see if we can get on board with one of the guys and just see where the break. Look at it. Let's see how they're all backing up. See where the braking zone is. See, let's see where we can get someone following someone. See where the brakes actually activate. I think it's at about the 75-meter mark. Mr. Banks is and the boys from Pacific Esports tonight are all flying in a. Oh, he's taken that a bit too hot. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh no, he quashed.
Let's have a look at the nose dips here for the braking points. Here we go to. Oh man, it's pretty much right on the pit exit, isn't it?
It is. Oh, and you know that guys are gonna, when they see the car that they were battling with before pit stops happen, you know they're gonna try and do something silly to hold them off, and it's gonna be bad.
Bad to the bone. I love it. Well, the boys out there have set some cracking times at the moment. We've still got James Scott leading them out there at 112.544. Round Leonage at a 112.718 behind. 3 100s behind is Jordan Mazzaroli on a 112.754, and Ryan Nielsen another second behind. This is ridiculous. If you can see the timing tower, I've sent a link out there to the viewers. We have got Will Morgan, 6 100s, Billy Mole, 6 100s, John Gallen, 6 100s. Then we've got Stevie Banks, 2 10s. Then Travis Daly, 6 100s. Troy Dooley, 2 100s. Daniel Clutterbuck, 3 100s. It is nuts. The gaps between these boys are very, very close. To get to the top 1 second gap is going all the way down to, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's roughly around 14th place. Somewhere around there, 14th and 13th place. But even then, it's very close because there's only like a couple of 100s between these guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I suppose it makes sense because, like, you saw how close the points battle was. Like, when we showed that, I had to do a double take because the fact that the top 3 in overall points are separated by 3 points. You know, it makes sense that the qualifying gaps are continuing to be as unfathomably close.
Yeah. Well, we've got a 2-second split between 1st and 25th. So that shows you how close the grid is tonight. That is absolutely spectacular. Tonight they'll get to finish their qualifying. So whoever crosses the line after that 15-minute timer goes, before that 15-minute timer goes, will get pit lane start for car 044 Troy Stone Street for impeding on his lap 8. So we're going to see people be able to continue and complete their hot lap once the timer goes, as long as they've crossed the line before the timer goes. Yeah, we've had a look at some of these retros. We did mention it earlier. I think Stevie Banks is driving a red one. There is a couple of different versions out there. One on the bottom screen at the moment. Will Morgan's got the old Castrol version going as well. So he's showing that off. That's one of my favourite liveries. I reckon that looks sexy as I do. When I race the retro livery in the Mustang, I usually have the Alan Moffat. Doing a bit of drifting there by Mr. Morgan. Lovely work, son. In the top 10, still out on track is Jordan Mazzaroli, still getting himself up and around there, trying to have a bit of a crack. We are down to the last 17 seconds, so everyone who is on over the lap and over the start-finish line as of now can get another lap in. So it will be interesting to see who will get those done. I'm just looking to see who's left. There's not many left out there at all. Looks like that is it, apart from a couple that we've got in front of us right now. Are they on a complete lap? Will they be able to make the lap? I don't think so. Scotty Weston's having a crack. Erky's got a green. A few people out there. What's the different colour in the timing screen? Okay, so the reds are the pros, the blues are the pro-ams, and the greens are the AM drivers. So that's the difference in the towers on the left that you can see. We run a triple class. So that way we have 3 championships on the run tonight. Pro, pro-am, and AMs. Downstairs in the white, you'll see Kev is the safety car driver if he pops up. Greggy Barber is running the show there tonight. He is the race director, with Mark Cochran being the race steward tonight. There you go. That's it for tonight. That's the top of the charts. We have got James Scott hitting the pole position with a 112.554, 1.18. Behind him is Ryan Leonard with a 112.726. Jordan Mazzaroli, 3/100ths behind Mr. Leonard with a 112.754. That is your top 3. Ryan Nielsen's got himself at the pointy end with a 112.87. Will Morgan with a 112.938. Billy Mole in 6th with a 113. John Gallen with a 113.067. Troy Dooley with a 113.248. Stevie Banks with a 113.264. And Travis Daly rounds off your top 10. That's going to be an absolute cracker tonight. Loving the gears out there. And here it is in full colour. James Scott takes it out, as you can see it. 3 minutes to go before we go racing. So we'll just go through the top 10. Well, you know what? We'll rush through it all. I reckon I could talk fast enough, don't you reckon, Motto?
Yes, sir.
Ready? We got to put up a timer on me, see if I can do a super sprint. No, we won't do that because it gets messy. I'll just start spinning everywhere. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Front row tonight for the Warren and Brown V8 Supercar Championship is James Scott. Beside his arch nemesis for the series at the moment, Ryan Leonard in 2nd place. On the second part of the row is Jordan Mazzaroli with Ryan Nielsen. Jordan from Tulip Racing, Ryan Nielsen, privateer. 3rd row is Will Morgan and Billy Mole. Willie Morgan from PER, Pacific East. I think it was all gone already. Pacific Eastport Racing. Billy Mole from WKMP. Johnny Gallen and Troy Dooley on the 4th row. 5th row is Stevie Banks and Jace Douglas rounding off the 5 lines. It doesn't sound far, but there's 10 cars there. But 5 grid positions back is not a big way at all. Travis Daly in 11th place. Daniel Clutterbuck in 12th. Scotty Weston in 13th. Blake Urquhart 14th. 15th place is Andy Cowan. 16th is Toby DeWitt with 17th. Michael Quash. 18th place is Christopher Blanchard. 19th place Craig Healy. 20th Troy Stone Street. 21st, we've got Jacob Trainer with Alan Mazzaroli in the row 11 beside each other, waiting for a gunfight out there. Marty Hughes with his teammate Peter Pavlovich side by side. We've got Di Feldman, the AMs, fighting for a title position ahead of Ryan Mueller, who is starting from the back of the grid. So we have 26 on track. We've had a couple more. Chrissy Tomlin, who hasn't set a time. Oh, he has set a time. But unfortunately, Greggy Barber beat him to the time as well. So he'll start from the back row. We are up for a cracker. We are up for an hour race. There will be pit stops. There's no compulsory tyre change, but there is a compulsory pit. The action is going to be afoot. I'm going to take it down to Mr. Blake Urquhart in the middle of the field with Andy Cowan just there in the purple beast. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification buttons. Let us know who you want us to watch. Anyone you want to pick out there. Thank you to Warren and Brown for supporting such an amazing event. This is the penultimate round, ladies and gentlemen. The Warren and Brown V8 Supercar Championship penultimate round, round 8 of 9. The boys are getting ready, and we are not far off as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, the engines are revving. We are just about to hit it. Warren and Brown V8 Supercar Championship. is go, go, go. We have a green flag. Everyone has taken off nicely. A little bit of stall there by one of the M1 boys. Already we have Jay Scott taking the tight position to the front. Round Leonard's following him through. Mazzaroli just filtering in behind him with trainer. Nielsen coming in fourth straight away. I'm judging by James's voice in the background there. There must have been a little bit of extra love coming there from someone.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll have a look at that as we go through. These boys are having an absolute blast. Too wide in some of these spots is already showing that it is going to be tough. As we're looking at the back of the pack there, that's Chris Tomlin coming through with... what is that? Peter Pavitt, Jacob Trainer, and Marty Hughes and Blanchard following him through. Here we've got, we have got 5 cars that are wrestling each other, trying to find a way through. We did say that was going to be the first part of the track, which is going to give us hell as they come through. I haven't heard a safety car or anything like that, so we must be still green, green, green. Looks like a couple of people just couldn't see around that corner. But, we'll get back to the pointy end, and these boys will work out who's who in the zoo and whose fault was what. We've got James Scott leading the boys out already with a 1:19. He has got himself 4/10 off Rian Leonage at the moment. We have got a big snake coming down that track. You can see now that all the cars are on track how narrow some of the parts of this track are going to be and how close the grass is, which is going to be the devil on the edge of those tracks as they get 2x2. We have an hour race, so everyone is trying to get around and pick it smart. We got at the back of the pack another one there. We've got Mr. Cowan touching with Ryan Mueller, but I think it was. No, it wasn't. It was Tommy DeWitt. Tommy DeWitt has spun round. I'm not sure who was at fault, but I tell you what, it looked like a bit of net code because of the way the car actually flicked as it came around through here. Here we go side by side. Cowie has drifted a little bit here. He's got collection of the car. He's come back inside. There's 2x2. They're coming into the next court. I'd say that looked like there's a lot of net code. The way that car bounced off really violently off Cowie's car. There might have been contact as well, but we'll leave that downstairs for the boys to have a look at. But that has cost DeWitt a fair bit of time. At the pointy end, we are still here with a massive, massive track of cars following each other. All the way from first to 14th is literally 2 seconds gap as we see them on track. At the moment, it is gapping in the middle of the pack with a few people on a bottlenose. Troy Dooley has got the bottlenose on Daniel Clutterbuck. He's following Will Morgan's about 1.5 seconds. Then we've got Cow in that incident we just saw before, backed up a little bit as well. Mr. Watson, we got off a lot clearer than we expected we would, and we have got 55 minutes left of this race.
Yeah, but it was also still just as chaotic as we were expecting.
Nice and tight, bit of space given. Tell you what, this track really really opens up and then really narrows down very quickly. You wouldn't want to be caught 3 wide, then all of a sudden have to go down to 1 because it gives you nothing but a wall on one side and then grass on the other.
Absolutely. There's not a whole lot of areas here in general where you can consider going 3 wide, although we did see them heavily considering it, so to speak, as they went on down into turn 1, lap 1. Thankfully they backed out of it, otherwise that track blocker we got towards the back of the pack definitely would have happened at the front of the pack too. But yeah, we warned you that turn 1 was going to be a bit goofy.
Yeah, it seems like it was a bit of a sloppy mistake, just someone losing traction. It wasn't anything too crazy that we saw down the back, but unfortunately a lot of cars got involved, which makes it a nice big race incident. There's a few battle packs forming as we speak. The top 4 have not changed positions at all. They are in the positions that they've started. I've got the bottom camera on Ryan Mueller, who's got the old Brocky livery by the look of it, fighting his way through. He is already 10 places up. So he's the biggest mover and shaker so far. And he's got a bit of a gap of 2.5 seconds to Andrew Cowan. So he's got a bit of work to do to get up there, but he's got a lot of time to do it. Johnny Gallen, his teammate, is the highest Pelican in that group, sitting in 6th place. So good to see Mr. Gallen continuing some form. Absolutely, some nose to tail.
Meanwhile, looks like Troy Stone Street has officially retired from tonight's event, unfortunately.
These things happen, and you live on to fight another day. Let's have a look at these boys. The toe's not looking... Is the straight long enough to impact a good toe here at the moment? I'm not too sure that it is. I was watching some of the cars come through, and let's have a look at these boys. Oh, they're a bit close to each other, but it should get a bit tougher. At the moment, we've got Alan Mazzaroli there with, I believe that's Craig Healy and Peter Pav following him through. So Craig Healy's 2/10, 0.26, and then Pav 0.22. So they're coming down the back straight as we come through. They spend a lot of time right behind each other without a braking zone, which gives them to suck them in really tight. Bit of a late apex there from Healy, but from Pavlovich, sorry. And we've got Mazzaroli. No, it doesn't look like it's just these boys aren't using it well enough. I'm not sure, but it's not a hell of a big difference in pace. Literally 2/10 difference, so it's not massive at this point. It may get so a little bit later in the race when we see them a bit more defined, people chasing each other a bit closer and trying to get an overrun.
Yeah, I don't think you're really gonna see that just because of how gripped up these Gen 3 cars are. You're not getting that much traction loss out of the corner. In fact, you're getting so much traction that you're able to stretch out the gap just that little bit, and because of the straight being as short as it is, you're just not having that opportunity to catch that gap back up and put yourself in an opportunity to try to make a send in turn 1.
This spot here is a bit of a key coming up to the last this little tight S coming from the last corner. Lots of like bumps and stuff from the exits of the corners and coming through the deviation of the lap, the variation as well. So it could be a bit of a tricky spot for people later on. But have a look at this under brakes. Again, just not close enough to make an impact at all there. We're on board of Mazzaroli and the old livery, which they're really throwing me, the Pelicans, tonight. It's that's what is his name? Peter Pav, I believe. Yeah, it is Peter Pav. Yeah, so we've got a few people out there. Mr. Gallen, good job, Jacob. Go, all on track. Yeah, we wish that we had that opportunity. Mr. Dead, evening, everyone. Evening, buddy. Here we go. We are finally seeing a move there by Peter Pav taking the inside of Mazzaroli. Nice and clean. Mazzaroli's trying to strike a straighter line there, but it's not one that's going to work because he's had to slow right down to get himself through. Will Morgan's red flag isn't showing. Don't know why. It might be a him thing because the rest of them are. I'll try to refresh my image.
Well, yeah, side by side. Good battle between Douglas and Morgan. Oh, Morgan's gonna slide up. Yeah, it was a
nice
good
tight
move.
there.
Absolutely.
Douglas has been doing some great pace out there of late. He showed some nice form in the wet a few weeks ago, and he's out there tonight again at the top 5. He's actually 2 places up, top 8, I should say, at the moment. Billy Mole, it's showing in the session for me. Yeah, I'm not sure. We've refreshed it at both of our screens here at the moment, and it's not showing at the moment, unfortunately. But the fastest lap, 1:12.894 at this point. Ryan Leonage is just under a second away from James Scott. The top 5 are gapping out to about 1.5s at the moment. Playing it very safe at the moment, boys. Playing it very safe with the amount of time they're going to be on track. We are only at the 50-minute mark, just past the first 10 minutes. So we'll see how they go. Pit strategies tonight. I'm probably going to say around the 35-minute mark, I think.
Yeah, that's what I wager too. Probably the best way to go is to run out the fuel, and so you don't have to take as much there on that final stop. If you do end up taking tires, which I'm not entirely sure how many are gonna want to take tires, if any.
Yeah, I don't know how hard is this track going to be on the tyres. It's going to be the front left that's going to get most of the damage, but it also depends on how aggressive you are on these curbs. You can be quite clean out here. Here we have Billy Mole having to go down the back of the boys. Mr. Ryan Nielsen getting a toe, which wasn't too bad actually. Made it very square and very easy. Both giving each other a lot of space. Billy Mole got the better exit there out of Mr. Nielsen. And he's made that stick. It wasn't very easy. Nielsen made it as hard as possible for him through there and tried to battle it through. But the acute angle that he had to go, the shallow line that he took, cost him a bit of space through that S.
This is a really good run for Ryan Nielsen so far, gotta say.
Yeah, really good. Quite qualified really well, and has got himself in a really good position. He's pretty comfortable from here on now because he's got about 4 seconds onto John Gallen. And John Gallen, once he gets into rhythm, he'll just keep hitting those laps and hitting those markers. So he's pretty consistent. Ryan's travelling at about 3/10 faster a lap at this point. Still doesn't give it up. He wants it back. He's having a bit of a look here. He's close enough here to make a bit of a run for it at the end of the straight. Not sure if he's going to have the pace coming through. Billy Mole got a great exit out of the final corner. He's having a look, not maybe this time round, but maybe the next time round. That's the closest fight we've got at the moment. Willie Morgan and Jace Douglas are fighting it out as well as we speak. Jace Douglas is putting the pressure on like crazy at this point. I will take that bottom camera down to Jace. He is having a go here at the moment and has made it done on Willie Morgan. He's made the pass. Just missed it by a snippet. But some great battling across there. That is the tightest one we have at this point. Morgan is going to have another go here at the bottom screen back at Jace Douglas, putting the pressure on. And then at the pointy end, they are all starting to gap out. Ryan Mueller and Billy Mole, as you can see in the top screen. Did I say Ryan Mueller? I did say Ryan Mueller. I meant Ryan Nielsen. Craig Healy is having a bit of a go as well. I'll just pop that down. They're going to have a great little battle down the bottom here. Healy, Pavlovich, and Alan Mazzaroli are all bottlenecked behind Di Feldman. So Di is leading these boys around at the moment. Having a great little run. Oh, Peter Pav has missed the brake marker all over down the bottom there and decided to cut the corner off completely, actually. So he'd probably get a slow down at the moment. Yeah, he's moved off the race line. He's got really no one around him to worry about. He's probably getting himself a bit of a slowdown now. But good to see the battle continue on. The SDK is having a bit of a conniption at the moment. I can't see the gaps between 7th and 14th drivers, but that's all good.
Yeah, this is a great run for Di. She's had some horrid luck the last few weeks. She's been caught up in a lot of incidents that were not her fault. So this is a fantastic opportunity for her to claw back some of that massive points gap she has to worry about to try to bring home that AM championship, but might be too little too late with only rounds left to go.
Can we zoom in on Di's car on the main screen, please? Let's get a good shot at Di's car, ladies and gentlemen, as she goes there under brakes, putting the pressure on. Di Fieldman has changed teams. She is driving for Tyson McAvoy's team at the moment. Absolute cracker. Let's see if we can get a full focus of her on her own coming around this track. So she's going to get some great tutelage from those boys. Tyson may have lost his pace a little bit as a V8 driver, but he definitely has the ability to teach Di and give her some tips out there on how to get faster. And looks like Di Feldman has signed for Performance Sim Racing Team. Well, there you go. That would have been a good one to put out in the notes for me, Cowie. Must have fell asleep when he was handing those out. But there you go. She does have driver sim training still on the bonnet, but she has got the new livery out there. And congratulations to Di to joining a team of some really good guys out there that will definitely help her develop. I think it's the best thing for her, and it's good to see. That battle down the back there with her is pretty spectacular at the moment. That's behind her is Craig Healy and Peter Pav having a great little run there. Peter Pav and Craig Healy are battling so much more than what Di has to at the moment, and it's given Di a nice bit of a gap.
And look at that, Craig Healy's cars looks like it's been through a war zone. Like both sides of the front bumper are just wrinkled in.
It's been munted, hasn't it? It looks like it's been chewed by a dog, you know. Look, you leave your shoe out and the dog's chewed it and just drops it at your feet and says, "Look what I've done to your brand new runners." It's really given it a bit of a go. Ryan Mueller has got himself into a position now where he's battling with Michael Quash. I'll leave this bottom one down there and you can have a look at them. Ryan Mueller is coming home strong at the moment, trying to get himself up the pointy end at the moment. We've got Jacob Trainer and Billy Mole there. I'll take it to Ryan. There we go. Michael Quash and Ryan Mueller down the bottom screen. Ryan is got the monoxide pipe in his mouth and he's having a look on the inside, just having a bit of a sniff. Not quite far enough in front there to make an impact, but letting Kwashi know that the race is on and they are going to be battling that for a while. Jace Douglas made a bit of an off-track, so he's lost a couple of positions there. He was in front of Will Morgan. He's dropped all the way back to 3 places behind there, so I'm not sure. That's not me. What did I say? Did I say I'm getting the names mixed up tonight, aren't I?
Yeah, definitely. Of all rounds to get that pit lane start, it had to be here where it's not a super sprint, or you don't have, or even a sprint, or you have the first heat or so to help you gain position. And it's also arguably the hardest track to pass on the schedule, not counting next week's race, of course.
Oh, a bit of dust being thrown up there, coming around that corner, doing a bit of drifting in front of these boys. Who was that? That was in front of Billy Mole. That was Jordan Mazzaroli by the look of it. Yeah, it was. Getting nice and tight here too. Looks like a few back markers are getting out of the way as we speak. You've got Billy Mole. He's got who's that at the moment? That is Chris Tomlin and Marty Hughes that are just in front of him at the moment, sort of getting a little bit in the way. At the pointy end, it's going to be a bit of an attrition of fuel saving. I reckon that's where the strategy is going to change. We're going to see a sprint after the pit stops because Leonard is cruising at 114s flat. James Scott of 113.7s. Look at these three here. Look how close that is. Using and taking advantage of the back markers there. Billy Mole has just pulled out from behind Tomlin. Tomlin has got out of the way, but there's Billy Mole, got Ryan Nielsen putting the pressure on. Ryan Nielsen almost almost nudged him there. He went on the brakes a little bit later. That's going to be a tight battle between those boys. Ryan Mueller has done the job on Daniel Clutterbuck down the bottom of the screen. Sorry, on Michael Quash. He's passed one teammate, and now he's approaching the second teammate of Daniel Clutterbuck, putting the feelers out. He's up 13 places and doing a great job. He might consider at some point, I was going to say maybe an undercut come in, sort of like, but the traffic's not too condensed at the moment. There's a lot of patches, there's a lot of gaps, so it's not going to be much of an advantage.
Also, I think a little bit ago, William Morgan might have had a little bit of a half spin too that cost him a good amount of time.
Is Mazzaroli in the pits? He is. Is that an early pit stop there by him? Or has he got himself a drive-through or something? I'm not sure. No, he's doing a pit. Oh, look at that. Did you see that coming into the pits? Whoever was that coming into the pits ended up with the rear end by someone else trying to slow down. That was Scotty Weston. Who bump draft him right into then? Oh, just missed him. Just missed him. That could have got awful nasty because the bit of a bump right on the entry could have put them through and made him speed. I've had that happen before. So, yeah, that's unfortunate there, but it was a very, very lucky as well. So Scotty Weston and Blake Urquhart are in the pits at the moment. Down the bottom screen, we've got Jace Douglas putting the pressure on Troy Dooley. He is going for it and hitting his straps on the Performance Sim Racing team. Excuse my sneeze. Oh, look at that. He's gone off track. Oh, he's left the door open for Dooley. Dooley left the door open for Jason Douglas then quite easily. He just made a mess of that as S has just missed his braking marker in a massive way, and Jace just cruised past him then. Few drivers are all coming in for the pits. Looks like we are starting to get it. We are only at the 22-minute mark. So they're expecting to be able to make it through with 35 minutes or 37 minutes. That's going to be pretty close, these boys. Very, very close.
Yeah. The only thing that I can figure is maybe because this track is a lot shorter than most of the ones that we've gone to this season, as well as it not being as flat out with a lot more braking zones and not really that many long straightaways. I'd imagine you could probably get away with these early pit stops and not having to worry about fuel save, but it is a bit jarring to see everyone coming in this early.
Yeah, well, Ryan Leonard just come in early as well. He's come out and broken away from what James Scott is doing. I'll get James on the bottom camera at the moment to see where we are going to have him come out. And here we have Leonard coming around the back few corners as we speak. He's coming down the last corner. James Scott is on his jacks. He's just come off the jacks. He's cleared it. As you can just see him come out. There he is, catching him on there. Leonard has done a great job catching him through there. He has done an absolute cracking lap to get right on the back of him. Don't forget, he was over 2 seconds behind him at that point, and a cracking job at very good. On the sticks, James Scott was on there for 18.57 seconds. Leonard, 16.63. So that time that he missed, he's caught up in the pits. Now, did he short fueled, or was it that he fuel saved a lot more than James Scott to get onto the back of him? Now we have a race on our hands. These boys are going to be stuck together like glue for the last 35 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you think all the way back to round 1 and the strategy that Leonosh pulled to change up how much fuel he was taking on the 2 stops to end up with a massive gap over James Scott when it was all said and done. So it's not that surprising to see Leonage maybe pull some more fuel shenanigans this time around to get him back within play of this race win.
Yeah, 100%. And they're not too different in times, like best times. There's literally, it's 1/100th. It's less than 100th. It's like 0.9 of the 100th. So their pace is going to be very, very comparable all the way through. Now they're on the back of each other as well. It's going to be even stickier. Battles, where are we seeing? Ryan Nielsen is still on the back of Billy Mole. You can see them all following through there at the moment. That is on camera. Very good question. Is that Blake Urquhart? That was Blake Urquhart. It was, yeah. Yeah, Blake. So Blake's driving an old Ford livery there. Good. Now I know which one he is out there. Willie Morgan, Scotty West and Jace Douglas all behind him at the moment. Bit of a bottleneck. Willie Morgan, how much of a revelation has he been? The pace he's shown in the latter part of this season has been spectacular.
Yeah, he's been running up at the pointy end of the field for a good chunk of the season. You know, he's running well tonight, and like you said, we've seen him have a lot of good runs prior to this as well. And he's still continuing to get better, and he's still continuing to get better in this race alone, as you see him all over his teammate, trying to see if he can have a bit of a send here into turn 1.
What a snake that's turned out to be. Have a look at it. From Urquhart, it goes all the way down from 7th place, all the way down to 13th. These two are having fun too. They have not left each other all night tonight. They've been going corner by corner and keeping each other straight all night long. As long as they can keep off each other's panels, they'll be fine. There's 2 tenths at the moment there from Nielsen, following Billy Mole through, having an absolute blast. Look at the pace that Nielsen's getting through those S's there. He's right on the back of him. Maybe he'll get it. Oh, I reckon that exit screwed him. Billy Mole got a great exit out of there. I reckon it just pulled away enough.
Yeah, he's good seemingly at every part of this track, but the part he needs to be good at, which is that exit off of the final corner.
Yeah. Yep.
He's got the pace, but he just can't get by, you know. But he's not the only person in the world that's trying to get a mole removed.
Get a mole removed. bottom camera, we have got teammates fighting for each other. It looks like it might be maybe just a swap of authority. Blake Urquhart has let Will Morgan through. Now the question is, will Blake Urquhart be the cork in the bottle to let Will Morgan get away here? Nice little tactical switch. If it was my team, I'll be like, plug it up, baby. Plug it up. Don't let him through. Oh, Will Morgan is almost giving it away. He's gone sideways off the grass. Oh, man.
Oh, and he's given up to Douglas as well.
He's lost 3 off that. All he needed to do then was
almost
just peel
4.
away. Oh.
Gotta be side by side. Oh, Julie makes the pass. What a move by Troy to get that done.
Extremely well done. Will Morgan has he's got himself from an absolute perfect position to a position where it's just cost him mega time.
He's
oh man, he just needed to go then. So now Ryan Mueller's passed him. So Ryan is now going to try to get that position. Ryan is up 15 places. He's done his pit. Everyone has done their pit now, so we're all back to normal. James Scott at the pointy end is gapped around Leonage by 2 seconds. This track is really showing up a few people at the moment, and it looks like getting your car hooked up. Look at that exit then by Leonage. Then it's quite a bit of a drift there, like he was struggling to get out of the corner. Maybe that might be the difference between what we're seeing from Scott and himself, because the time splits, there's not much between them.
Yeah, but you see already Scott has opened it back up to 2 seconds, so
yeah,
the close gaps we saw in qualifying, it's clear that James Scott has the rest of the race. Is it going to be a two-stopper? Yeah, I was thinking that because of the fact that everyone was pitting so early, but
only in the 25-minute mark of an hour race, and I'm like, is that going to be enough? I'll tell you what, though, Blake Urquhart, he's bogged it down in the final S's. He's given Jace Douglas the opening. Looks like Jace Douglas is going to taking the inside line, and he's made that pass work. And then we can see behind him then is Ryan Mueller passing by Troy Dooley as well, making a great little move there. He is on the march at the moment. He is 4 tenths off the back of Scotty Weston and coming through from 16 places onwards. So he's making the most of tonight. He needs to get up there at the pointy end with Leonage and James Scott. Whereas Jordan Mazzaroli, he's in a world of his own at the moment. He is literally got 7 tenths off Leonage and 5 tenths behind him from Billy Mole. And then there's another battle there, Billy Mole and Ryan Nielsen going for it like crazy. What a move was that. A little bit of dirt taken advantage of there, but working their way through. Urquhart, Ryan Mueller, Scotty Weston, Troy Dooley, Will Morgan and Travis Daly, all in a bit of a gaggle, a bunch of drivers there. Daniel Clutterbuck is just about to catch these boys too. He'll have them by the time they get out of the S's here.
That was wild seeing that from the onboard of Scotty Weston. Like, you had no idea, and then all of a sudden Mueller just shoots out like from a cannon. Ryan Mueller jump scare, just zooming on through.
Rushy reckons Rian is fuel saving a fair bit. Yeah, I reckon he would be too, mate. I reckon it's going to be tight. I reckon some of these drivers are going to need to do 2 pit stops. I can feel it in my bones. Got it. Yeah, but looks like Blake Urquhart has done the bottle trick for him now. He has got Scotty Weston, Troy Dooley, Will Morgan, Travis Daly, Daniel Clutterbuck behind him, and his teammate Ryan Mueller is now chasing down Jason Douglas. I'm expecting a battle and a half between these two. Jace Douglas and Ryan Mueller fight to the finish. Swords at their sides, fighting all the way to the end of the race together. Ryan Nielsen on Billy Mole. Nielsen's having a great look there. He's got him under brakes there. He keeps catching him under brakes. He's just got to get that final corner right. Let's see if you can get it right, mate. Billy Mole's gone a bit waggly there. He's going to get him nice and close. Maybe he's starting to feel the heat in those tyres. He needs to get out, get that car straight out. I'm not sure if that's the move.
He's there.
He was there, but he wasn't there enough. And it's going to cost him pace. Is it going to cost him pace down this straight? That was, you got to try it. You got to try it. He saw a bit of a gap. Keep climbing, Ryan, from Grandma Lee. He is climbing that.
We got cars going around in the back. Daly.
We do. Daly and Dooley. Yep, they've called them both in.
Oh.
Yeah, that's he was Troy was unfortunate there, but Travis Daly was really he was there for the aftermath more than anything. He didn't cause the incident. Looks like it was Will Morgan and Julie that had the initial contact through there. But Ryan Mueller is on his march as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. He has got himself up 19 places with that grid penalty that he got from last week and having a cracker of a drive out there. His lap time is very, very comparable to the boys at the pointy end. He's starting to drop his lap time now when he's got some fresh air. He has been battling in the dirty air for some time now. He's got 11 seconds to his teammate, John Gallen. So, that's... Hang on, what? Oh, did I blink and miss it? He passed Chase Douglas. Where did that happen?
It actually happened going down the French straightaway. It was actually a pretty straightforward move. I think he had it mostly done as they were even coming out of the final corner. We thought it was going to be...
If possible, Mr. Cobes?
Yeah, we thought it was going to be this long, drawn-out battle, and instead, Mueller just zooms right on by.
There it is in the final corner. He's got the inside of the apex. He's held it nice and tight all the way through and maintained the pace. Right on the back of Jace, and straight away opened it out. He's obviously got a great exit out of that corner because he didn't have to wait for the draft at all. He just... Look how much he made on the straight there. 2 car lengths. He got a fantastic exit through those S's.
Yeah, it's just...
Well, there you go. That's why he's third in the championship.
Yeah, it was just nothing that Douglas could do to hold him off. He just...
Not at all.
He said it like it was nothing.
So the battle at the moment is on between Billy Mole and Ryan Nielsen for the 4th place. Jordan Mazzaroli is probably asleep at the wheel right now. What's going to happen here? Is he going to go? He's going to go. He's not going. Oh, he's not going to give it back. Is he going to give it back? I don't know.
Yeah,
no one's called it in. Has he readdressed that?
It looks
I'm not
like
too sure. Yeah. Here we got Blake Urquhart in the pits. He's doing a second stop.
Well, I think that answers our question there, Steve.
Yeah. And we have got 22 minutes left. So it looks like that could be on the cards. What's going to happen this time round? Is Leonage been fuel saving enough to be able to make up the 4 seconds this time round? Because he's 4 seconds behind James Scott at this point. So you can see James Scott up the head there. And Leonage is getting a bit of a toe there by Marty Hughes, I think that is. In front of him. Yep. Craig Healy, sorry. There you go. And those boys are going to have a bit of fun. Daniel Clutterbuck on Scotty Weston. Clutterbuck's having a go at Scotty Weston as we speak right now. Got him on the bottom screen. He's got him on the top screen. Doing a great little move there, Clutters. Nice and cleanly done. It seems like the moves are on or they're not on. Ryan Mueller, Jace Douglas, both in the pits. Mueller's gone in early. So he is trying to keep that fresh air in front of him. He's got 10 seconds on Gallen at that point. He needs to come out in a pack where he doesn't have anyone fighting him. Here we go. Mueller's on the sticks at the moment on the top screen. How long will he go? Will there be a swap between himself and Jace Douglas? How much fuel will Jace take? Mueller has dropped. He is dropped. Will Douglas force the drop down and try to get ahead of him? The boys in the lounge of his will be talking to each other very, very closely and letting him know what's going on. James Scott is coming down the main straight as we see Ryan Mueller just exit there side by side. Oh, he's got there in front of him. He doesn't need to give him space, but he has given him space all the way through. That's a great bit of driving there by Mr. Scott, but also very safe there by Mr. Mueller. Mueller has got Jace Douglas following him like a glove right now. This is going to be critical while the tyres are still warming up, coming through that slowdown. Not a massive decrease because I don't think either of them took tyres, but there'll be still some temp to gather as well. Be great for them to hang on the back of James Scott and follow him through. We know that Ryan Mueller can follow Mr. Scott and can maintain pace with him.
Yeah, it wasn't the most ideal exit for Mueller. He because lost a lot of time with that little pseudo battle with James Scott going into turn 1, and now he's got to worry about Douglas right behind him, so he's not quite getting that clean air and just focus forward and putting down lap times like you really would have hoped. But it's not that surprising because this track is so short. There's just nowhere to go. You swing your elbow out a little bit and somehow end up hitting 2 cars. You just don't have any space to work with around here.
No, you don't, and it's going to be critical for him too. Mazzaroli has gone in for his second pit now as well.
Oh, someone went off. Looks like Chris Tomlin going onto the back straightaway.
Having a bit of a mystery.
It's like he was one of the TMX cars by and just hopped the curb and just
that was a bit weird, wasn't it? Oh, he's lucky he's kept it off the wall.
Right?
Just like it flew the balance of the car out. Okay,
Yeah.
We've got Stevie Banks and Travis Daly have gone to the pits as well for their second pit. Interesting to see. When will Leonage and James Scott go? Leonage has been maintaining the same gap, about 3.7 seconds off the back of James Scott all the way through there. Billy Mole, Ryan Nielsen still following each other as well. Rian pitted lap 18, James Scott 19, so it'd be interesting to see how that switches around. Rian was a lap earlier. Will he try it again a lap earlier?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mueller.
Will Morgan's in. Clutterbuck's in. Scotty Weston. Will Michael Quash follow? No, Michael Quash has still kept going. Two pivotal pit stops are going on at the moment. Quash is headed himself down all the way into up 10 places at the moment. So we've got a few boys that are pitting while others are coming out. Oh, James Scott has gone in early this time. James Scott is in. I've got the second camera on Leonage. Leonage is heading down the straight as we see him at the moment. And got a nice gap there on Ryan Mueller as well. Ryan Mueller was just coming around that back corner. Here we go. James Scott at the moment up on top. Will Leonage come in the next one or not? That's going to be the key here. His last lap was a 1:14 previous to James's pit. So let's see how he tracks around for his next lap, or will he come in? Scott's still up on the sticks. 23 seconds, 24 seconds, 26.88. Jordan Mazzaroli, 15.8. Whoa, that's a big difference there. Billy Mole and has come in, and his shadow has kept going. Ryan Nielsen is in second place at the moment, so he is got himself some free air finally, and hopefully he can do something with it. James Scott is passing some back markers as we speak.
He's in. Leonage is in.
Leonage is in. I'll go to the bottom camera for Leonage, and you can keep the top on at the bottom there. So James Scott was on the sticks for 26.88. He took a lot of fuel there. Ryan Nielsen followed in. Ryan Nielsen and Billy Mole's battle as well is going to get exposed here as well. Jordan Mazzaroli has been through the pits. He was up on there for 15.86. .077. Stevie Banks has just caught something in. Oh, we've got a tow. Oh, hopefully he's not in a position where it's going to block. Leonage is coming out now as we speak, and he's got himself ahead of James Scott in a big way. Let's have a look exactly by the time the track's cage up here. He has made 5.86. Leonage was fuel saving. He was up on the sticks for 11 seconds less than what James Scott was. So his fuel-saving strategy has worked to perfection. Safety car has been called as well. Oh, no. That has put a bit of a dampener on Leonards. Leonards put that 5-second gap to himself, and he has gone. That 5-second lead that he worked so hard through the second stint to make a way through has just all disintegrated. 5 seconds of hard work by Leonards of fuel saving with 20 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go, would have been pivotal.
Yeah,
Mole's blown his engine as well.
2 cars blow their engines in the exact same fashion, in the exact same part of the track. If I had a nickel for every time that's happened this race, I only have 2 nickels, which is a lot, but it's really weird that it's happened twice.
Oh, Laz, I knew you'd be gutted, Laz. I knew you'd be gutted. All that work. But also, Rushy pointed out that we may have missed it, but James Scott went up and down on the pits. Maybe he left his tyres on. Who knows? Because he went back up onto the jacks too. So maybe that's why it cost him a lot of time too. But the fuel-saving strategy that the PDD boys had is just gone, just crushed. And now, you know what? It's going to be a 10-minute sprint. It's going to be down to who's got the better tyres, who's going to be at the elbows out. It's going to be not just Leonards and James Scott, but we also saw the battle earlier on with Ryan Nielsen and Billy Mole. That has gone as well. Billy Mole blowing his engine. And what did Banksy do? Did he blow his engine as well? So both WKMP and Pelican cars blew their engine pretty much on the same spot, which is same corner, same lap, everything. So that's unusual, big time. Unfortunately, they'll be able to join, but they won't be able to join back on the lead lap. That'll cost them a bit of time. But that gets Ryan Nielsen a bit of breathing room. He's got more pace at the moment than Andy Cowan. Ryan Mueller is one of the biggest winners out of this. He's got himself up to a couple of seconds away from where he was fighting for a title. So this is the pivotal point for Ryan. He just needs to get past his teammate, John Gallen, which no doubt John will put the knee down and say, go for it. Andrew Cowan, sometimes his own worst enemy, but he's going to catch up to Ryan Nielsen and Jordan Mazzaroli, and those two aren't slouches either. They're going to have big, wide shoulders tonight. Yep. Rushy, are you reading my mind like 5 seconds later? All right. Car 67 is being waved around. When I saw that number come up from Craig Healy, I thought, Craig, have you taken my number? But no, my number is 067. Funny story, bought a go-kart. The number was 67 on it, the year of my birth, and I've just kept that number ever since. It was ordained, mate.
Absolutely.
We have got 4. Looks like we'll have another 3 cars to be able to wave around. Well, Marty Hughes, DeWitt, and Tomlin. Mazzaroli's coming around now. They've got to be careful as well because some of these corners get quite narrow. Oh, mate, yeah. We are on for a mega last. It's going to be about 8 minutes left. You know, it's literally going to be, 6 laps, 7 laps tops. It's going to be a sprint to the end. And critical points, man. Massively critical points. How's this unfolding? This is unreal. So this is what these hour races can give you, that little bit of that lull in the middle, and that which we all expect, and we all wait for that second pit stop to come through, and then all of a sudden that just someone clicks their fingers, snap, and it just turns into a sprint, and everyone gets on their tippy toes. I get goosebumps, hair standing on end, thinking, whoa, this could go any way. spot loose right now.
Yeah, this is just going to be an absolute bare knuckle brawl these last couple minutes.
Yep.
And this is potentially what
Hang on.
could.
Well, hang on. The scoreboard says final lap. That can't be right, is it? No, it's not. Someone's just.
No.
I think that's just Kobe playing with my heartstrings down the bottom because there's 5 minutes left. 10 minutes left. Pit exit is opened. The safety car is going in and getting ready to rock and roll. We have got, at the moment, we're sitting at about 8 minutes left. 9 minutes, 50 minutes and 33 seconds as we speak. Tick, tick, tick. I don't know if you had that in the US, but you used to be able to, this shows you how old I am, you used to be able to make a phone call and ring up the clock service, and it would go at the third stroke, it will be 10:55 and 30 seconds. Beep, beep, beep. And you can check your time like that. Here we go. Safety car is pulled away. Shows you how old I am. Phone calls were dialed back then, not push buttons. And there was no, hello, is anyone there? No, there was none of that. Okay, here we go. Let's get serious. Leonage has got control of the field. It is not the final lap, what it says up there. We still have 8 minutes left of racing. Leonage has got control. He is sitting there at, I think it's 80 or 90 Ks at the moment, and he is getting ready to go when he can go. Here we go. He's got control. There is no passing. When will he go? Is he going to put the foot down as they come around the final corner? The control line is the control line. That's when you can pass. You can't pass before that. Look how close James Scott is. He's almost giving him a draft and pushing him down to go for. We are go, go, go. Leonard just put the foot down. James Scott is right on the back of him. He's got himself a little bit of a gap there. We've got the boys following through. Blakey. This has gone horribly long on my scoreline here. Jordan Mazzaroli. Oh, restart is under review as well. Someone might have passed the control line. But as we go through, Leonage has got the lead. We have got 7 and a bit minutes to go, peeps. So we are doing a lap average of about a minute 12, minute 14. So we'll get about, I don't know, 6 laps into it, James?
Yeah, that's what I believe. Just looking at the lineup right now. Look at Cowie up there in 5th place.
Not for long. Not for long. He's being hunted down like a mongoose being hunted by a cobra, mate. And the mongoose is going to come out on front because it is following the cobra at the moment. Look at this side by side. James Scott and Ryan Leonard coming through there, really not giving each other much spaces at all. Bottle it right up there. We've got Jordan Mazzaroli, Ryan Nielsen following these boys like crazy. Nielsen is right on the back there. Oh my God, I thought Nielsen was going to take the outside line there and try to get it on. Oh, he almost is. He should have done that a bit earlier. Here we go, side by side, ladies and gentlemen. 2 by 2 coming through the S's. Rian Leonard has got his nose back in front, and James Scott is following on him like a hot pursuit. We are down to the last 6 minutes as we're coming through. Couple of laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a sprint to the very end. 4 leading drivers have pulled away nicely. Ryan Mueller up 20 places, finding it out of Andrew Cowan. Oh, Mazzaroli's taking the inside of the dirt. He's using the dirt to get past. I'm not sure that's going to be allowed, but James Scott has lost a lot of places out there. The dirt is not part of the track. I'm not sure how much he got offside there, but we'll see what race control does. My gut tells me there may be a readdress there, but Ryan Nielsen is feeling it here at the moment. He is putting the pressure on under brakes. He is having a go big time here. Look at it go. I think Scott's trying to call that in, but he's focusing on driving at the same time. Fastest lap at a 1:12.578. We've got a gaggle of cars following each other very, very tightly through. Gowan is feeling the pressure right now as we speak as well. Look at them go. These guys are being slowed down. Do you reckon at this point Leonard is just backing them up a little bit? Just enough gap to get Jordan Mazzaroli close to him and then giving Cowie. Bit of dirt out there. It's given Ryan Mueller the gap that he needed. Oh, look at Chase Douglas. He can smell the blood there. Cowie is getting ready to pop. I think Douglas will have him by the end of this race as well. But look at Mueller go. He has got himself up to 5 places. Driver of the night, 5 places up from the top. He has done 21 grid positions tonight, starting from the pit. What a stellar drive. If we're driver of the day, that'll be my pick at this point. But tell you what, James Scott and Ryan Leonage fighting for those points. Jordan Mazzaroli is the blocker right now. And Leonage doesn't need to peel away. He's just going to keep Jordan Mazzaroli in that position between himself and James Scott to get himself those extra vital points that he needs.
We got issues for Urquhart. Was slow on the inside of the final corner.
Oh, 788 has called something in as well. Blake Urquhart. Oh,
He's retiring.
Retiring from the race. Oh, what's he done? Has he blown it? He might have blown the engine.
I think that's what happened.
No.
No, he does now.
So not sure what he has now. He might have blown it.
I see it now.
Yeah. Okay, so we are back in the action. Great work there. A lot of fun, tough racing. Those first few seconds as we started were absolutely going off their nut. We are down to 3.5 minutes, viewers. We have got Ryan Leonage after a smashing second stint who got himself 5 seconds back from a 3-second deficit. And fuel saving galore. Maybe an error there from James Scott on the sticks as well. We're not 100% sure. But the battle all the way through has been spectacular. We've seen the safety car come out for 2 blown engines, Stevie Banks and Billy Mole, right on the same corner, on the same lap. And now we are down to a mega finish with 3 minutes left on the clock. Ryan Leonage leading out Jordan Mazzaroli by 7 tenths. James Scott, 3 tenths behind him. Ryan Nielsen, who's been battling Billy Mole all night through, is in 4 tenths behind. And Mueller is catching him.
No!
Cowie has left the scene. Cowie has left the scene. He's cut. Oh, look at all the dirt coming out of the back of that thing.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. There goes the class lead for him.
Was there a touch? No.
No.
No, he just missed his brake. He's trying to pull away from the car in front of him, missed his brake marker. That sucks. A little bit too much pressure there on Cowie. But there we are, ladies and gents. We have got it down to the last 2 minutes. Can we see the flag? Is Barney out there? Could be 2 more. Yep, you see him up there, but he's not waving the flag. So it might be another lap, then the white flag. But look at this here. James Scott is putting the pressure on Mazzaroli. As they come through, Ryan Nielsen is just wading in the water. So he can feel the chum in front of him. He can taste the blood. If something goes wrong, he's got himself into a podium. So he's waiting to see what happens.
Scott has to be careful, though. He can't do anything too aggressive and risk him ending up off the grass into the barrier or getting a penalty. Yeah, you want to get those extra points, but you don't want to... Oh, there he is! He spun!
Oh, he's dropped himself a couple more places there. He's come around hot. He's come around real hot. Mueller is past him. Oh, critical points. Mueller was 1 point behind him on the ladder at the moment. That's going to bring Mueller to a couple of points ahead of James Scott. The ladder is changing as we speak. This is going to be Leonage leading the ladder. Ryan Mueller, after a mega fight all the way through, has got himself past James Scott. He will be in the 2nd place on the grid if he can maintain his position, followed by Ryan Nielsen and Jordan Mazzaroli. This is crazy, man. We are down. I didn't see the white flag come through. Are we in? Yes, last lap. We are on the final lap. Oh man, action galore. That was Scott just losing the rear end on his tyres, trying to get the jangle down a bit too hard by the look of it.
And I said he can't be too aggressive and risk giving up points. What happens? He was too aggressive and he gave up 2 positions. Ooh! Mueller's guy has to be careful.
It's not over yet. Not over yet.
Yeah.
Ryan Nielsen, just about to get his first podium in outright position, is fighting it like crazy. Ryan Mueller is putting the headlights on and trying to shake his tail feather for him, but he's going to be fighting all the way to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got Ryan Leonard, who's going to take this after chasing all the way through as he comes around the final corner. Ladies and gentlemen, Warren and Brown V8 Supercar Championships at Portland, round 8, the penultimate round. Ryan Leonard takes it by a couple of seconds off Jordan Mazzarolis as we go flying down the main straight. Ryan Mueller and James Scott go head-to-head, but Nielsen has got it. James Scott and Ryan Mueller 4th and James Scott in 5th. Jace Douglas in 6th. What a finish this race has brought to us. That is absolutely awesome. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Where did that come from?
Unbelievable. That might be a championship drive from Ryan Mueller to come from the pits to P4, gaining on his championship rival. What an unbelievable performance from Mueller. Now, this already close battle is... Well, I don't know if you could say it's even closer, since obviously Leonard is going to gain a decent amount over both of them, but...
It's still a 3-way battle. All the way. All the way, man. This is just crazy. How tight can a season get? That is amazing. Ryan Mueller, hats off to Ryan Mueller, man. Driver of the night, up 22 places from the back of the pack all the way through to the pointy end. Ryan Nielsen, cracking job, taking out the top steps of the podium for a 3rd place finish. Great work there. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the Warren Brown V8 Supercar Championship. The winner tonight from Phoenix Driver Development, Ryan Leonard, took that by 8/10 from Jordan Mazzaroli in 2nd place. In 3rd place, privateer Ryan Nielsen, 4/10 off the back of him. And Ryan Mueller up 22 places to 4th place, 4/10 behind the lead car, and James Scott had him down to 1/10 as they crossed the finish line for that critical points that are fighting through. If you've watched the show at the beginning of the show, there was 1 point of difference in the top 3. This is spectacular. We have got then Jace Douglas in 6th place. A spectacular drive from him as well. John Gallen drove the pants off his car tonight with a cracking effort for 7th place. His teammate Will Morgan as well in 8th. Travis Duddy, who had a few issues as we went through tonight, into 9th place. And Scott Weston in 10th place. Daniel Clubluck in 11th place from TMX. Troy Dooley from Performance Sim Racing in 12th place. Peter Pav from Pacific East Racing. Pelicans themselves up into 13th. Christopher Blanchard, WKMP, in 14th. Michael Quash, 15th. Craig Healy in 16th. Jai Feldman, new team this for the rest of this season, got us off in a great position now for some great tutelage in 17th place. Alan Mazzaroli from Tulips in 18th. Tommy DeWitt, WKMP, 19th. Marty Hughes for the Pelicans in 20th place. Andrew Cowan unfortunately rolled the dice like he said out there, and it didn't quite work for him. He's out there in 21st place. Chris Tomlin in 22nd. Blake Urquhart in 23rd. He was the cork in the bottle for a great stint of that race. Billy Mole fighting it out with Ryan Nelson for most of this race. Blew his engine, finished in 24th place. Stevie Banks, same thing, same lap, same corner in 25th place. Then followed by Jakey Trainer, who did not complete the full race. Safety car tonight was Kevin Wakefield. Troy Stone Street did not complete the race. Our race director tonight was Greggy Barber, and race steward was Mark Cochran. Mate, what a race that turned out to be. As we expect an hour race, a little bit of dullness in the middle, but when it went like crazy, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that's almost an understatement. Those last few laps after the safety car, I was enthralling. Like that, again, at the risk of going full Rick Allen, that had some major championship implications, but it really did. Like, we don't know what those couple positions that James Scott lost is gonna mean here when this is all said and done. It might not mean anything, or that might be the difference and what cost James Scott this championship. That's the thing about such a tight points battle is, you know, you want to gain that extra point, but you gotta be careful and not cost yourself points in the meantime. And yeah,
You got to push,
we'll
but you
see.
got to just have the thought in the back of your head that there's a title here. The big picture is a
Exactly.
title. The big picture is a title, and the title has changed. It has changed dramatically. Let's drag the first guys of these in here, Mr. Scotty Weston, who is the AM winner of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, the penultimate round and the winner for the AMs tonight, Mr. Scotty Weston. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing exceptionally well, guys. How are you guys?
Mate, this is becoming a habit.
It's a good habit. I like it.
I do like it too, mate. It's Scotty. You're one of those drivers out there that I've always liked to drive against, and absolute gentleman on the track, mate. And you're showing some good quality at the moment that is getting you at the pointy end. I'm not sure you're going to do a nudie run like Mr. Baker would, but
Yeah.
but you're a little bit more reserved than he is. But I'm sure as hell there was fist pumps going like crazy as you're crossing the line.
Yeah, I needed the points to try and get up the ladder soon. I missed a few races, so that should help. I think I beat second place by a fair way. So hopefully it jumps me up into third, maybe, hopefully.
This is what I like about our series. Your AMs and your Pro-Ams, you can get some really massive bonus points, not just by beating your opponent, but by finishing up high on the ladder. It just changes it every week, doesn't it?
100%. That's what I was doing tonight. Like when I saw the pros come behind me, I didn't just let them pass, but I did let them pass eventually. But if it was a Pro-Am, they had to fight. I want to race against the Pro-Ams next season, so hopefully I'll be there. So we'll see how we go.
Mate, that's you can always ask to be pushed up if you don't make the cut. There's nothing wrong with that. I believe in testing yourself as well, mate. That was absolutely cracker race. How was the track, mate? What was it like out there? I haven't raced this in a long time, so I've completely forgotten this track. But it looked like a couple of really hairy spots.
Yeah, it was a bit warm, and my setup was probably set up for a track that had a bigger tank, a car that had a bigger tank. So when we only had 50 litres or something to start off with, it was a bit skatey on the rear. For me, I don't know what the other guys were doing, but yeah, you could see halfway through the stint, everyone was getting very loose in the rear. Everyone around me anyway. The guy, aliens up front, were probably just driving away.
Well, no, they weren't doing their own way as well. James Scott lost fourth place with losing the rear end with his rear end, and he ended up finishing behind Ryan Mueller, and some critical points there between those two for the title fight. So when you watch it back, you'll see some things unfold. But mate, who gets you out on track and supports Mr. Scott Weston?
Well, a big shout out to my team, EWT Racing. Without them, we just would be boring. GMK Logistics, A-Training, all things hearing and race car simulation. Big shout out to you guys and Race Control for putting it on.
Excellent, mate. Well, have a cracker. Good luck for the rest of this. Well, one more race to go. This was the penultimate wrap. Long Beach next week. There's still debates whether it's going to be a super sprint or not. We'll keep our fingers crossed up here. Carnage galore could be a super sprint event. Well, good luck, mate, and thanks for a cracking run, mate.
Thanks, mate. Hopefully I'll speak to you next week.
Cheers, buddy.
See ya.
So, Mr. Watson, who do you want to interview? Would you like to interview someone out of the AMs, or where's your finger pointing at the moment?
I think I'll go ahead and interview our Pro-Am winner.
Oh, okay. That's Mr. Jonathan Gallen. Ladies and gentlemen, the lead Pelican out there tonight drove an absolute cracking race with some great form that he's continued over the last few weeks. It's good to see him up the pointy end. Welcome to the room. Mr. Watson's got plenty of questions for you, Mr. Jonathan Gallen.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a fantastic run for you tonight. You had a rough couple weeks there not too long ago with some unfortunate events leading you to not really getting the results I think all of us would have expected, but this time around you had one heck of a race tonight, bringing home the win and bringing home an emphatic top 10. Just take us through your night and how you were able to get that car home up in the top 10 with the class win.
Just backed myself with my race pace around this track. I've been here before, back when was it? Round 4 of Vets. Tried one of the setups, wasn't happy with it, and then I resorted back to a good 6 seasons, not 6 seasons, 6 rounds ago. Back to the vet set and tinkered with it a little bit, got it a bit more stabilized, and just backed myself. Wasn't too fussed about qualifying. Was just after an enduro car, really, just to be good on the tires, be consistent, and just keep it tidy.
Yeah, and that you did, and that was especially difficult once we got the safety car restart. What was going through your mind when you knew that we were gonna have just 8 minutes left to settle everything?
Wasn't really particularly paying attention, to be honest. I went into the pits and heard safety car, and I'm like, right, I need to drop out some fuel, and then I actually got into the box and forgot to do it. So I pretty much overfueled it by quite a fair amount, and then came out and was just trying to keep it together. And then Cowie, a sneaky bugger with his little strat not pitting, that kind of messed me around a little bit, but it was all good. It was racing, and had to have my super quick teammate tucked in behind me. Bit of communication there, and let him run, and just balanced it out nicely. It was good race. I was quite happy with it. Like you were saying, the last few weeks or something like that, I haven't been in a good headspace, and things have changed, and now it worked out really well. Took a nice breathe, and that was great.
Yeah, talk about how much of a difference it is when you're able to kind of get your focus back, get your groove back, so to speak, and able to bring home some better results.
Yeah, I was just losing the enjoyment, to be honest. Wasn't having a good time, mentally, physically, the whole lot. Just took a sit back and relax, had a nice think about things, and thought, well, you know what? It's now or never. Let's go for it. Let's work the team.
Yeah, and it absolutely worked tonight. Another incredible run. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the guys at the team PR. Great bunch of guys. We're straight up helping each other out, doing what we can, making everyone perform better, go faster, etc. Lake Edge Holiday Units down in Burra Lake, New South Wales. Majors Garage for the awesome setup provided for us tonight. One Shot Pest Management at Ulladulla. Track Racer, 8 Rivers Photography, and our partner W Energy Drinks. And a big shout out to SRW, the whole league. Race control was nice and clean, and it's the way I like it. And I hope it was a good broadcast for you guys, in the booth there.
That it was, and we sure do appreciate you, Jonathan, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. Long Beach is a concrete jungle, and I don't mind it there.
I'm sure you'll have an absolute cracker there, mate. You sound like you got the zen going, and you're in a good place and good bit of pace as well. So, cracking effort tonight, mate. Great to see you at the pointy end, and taking the round out. Congratulations, bud. And one more round to go, and keep the fun happening, man.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks, Steve. And just let's work it for Mr. Pav, eh? Look at where he came, how far he came, eh?
Yeah, that's it. We'll have to check the ladders soon and see how he goes. Are you gonna try to hunt him down? You reckon? One more round to go.
I don't need to try and hunt him down. Yeah, I think maybe with the results tonight, he might have actually pretty much just got to finish. I think from my calculations, but yeah, I could be wrong.
Yeah. We'll have a look at them. That's going to be the interesting part of tonight. Everyone's going to be going through the ladder and trying to work out what's going on, who's going where. I'm sure we'll have a bit of fun getting it all worked out, mate. I reckon you're absolute gun, mate. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for putting on a show, dude. See you next week.
And thanks to the audience too. Thanks, James.
Cheers. Well done, mate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 more to go. We've got Ryan Nielsen, Jordan Mazzaroli, and our winner tonight, Round Leonage. We'll move them on, and we'll get Mr. Ryan Nielsen in the booth today. I'm pretty sure this is his first time on the major steps. I could be wrong. Former SRW driver, I don't know why. But Mr. Ryan Nielsen, welcome to the room. Cracking run there, and you were waiting for those crumbs at the very end, and they just dropped in your lap.
Yeah, it was awesome. Got pretty lucky there in that race. First time on the podium, which is really good. But I was fighting Billy Mole there for a bit, and he sort of blew it up into T1 somewhere down the track, and then got the safety car, which played into my hand, sort of brought me closer to the leaders. And then I think James Scott sort of might have looped it or something. Happened out of that hairpin in the middle, and got by him, and then held on for third. So I'm stoked. Still shaking.
Still shaking? Adrenaline still rushing through the veins?
Yeah, it was awesome. Heart was pumping.
Well, your heart would have been pumped because you and Billy Mole had an absolute cracking battle for most of that race. So you, not like Jordan Mazzaroli in front of you, who was in cruise control most of the race, you actually had to work hard most of that race.
Yeah, that was flat out. That was like the most mentally taxing race. I've had. Like, me and Billy were swapping spots, racing hard for like, it would have been 35 straight minutes. And like, yeah, it was full on. Like, I had a few dives, had a few moves, couldn't get it done. We came out together again on the pit stops, and yeah, that was hard work.
That was, I think it was down to the pit stop, the last pit stop. It was going to see who was going to get what, because you didn't go in at the same time. You stuck out with the leaders. I think Billy Mole came in a little bit earlier, if my memory serves me correctly. But unfortunately, gave it to you with the blown engine. That's the first time you've had such a massive battle that I've seen you race in that sort of effect. I've seen you had battles before, but not like this one. This was like someone that was at the same pace, and it was down to strategy. It was down to like, am I going to take him down this straight because he's going to get me back on the next corner? There was a few hairy moments coming through the S's where you both got a little bit loose. But apart from that, it was just bumper to bumper. Is that something we're going to see from you going forward? Do you think you've broken that confidence hoodoo and taken it the next step?
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. It feels like I've definitely taken a step up and matching it with the fast guys. That was my first sort of battle where we were just so evenly matched for pace. Like you said, there was a lot of thinking having to go on, like, do I like fake a move here, or do I try to set one up here and try to get in the mirrors? Like, it was a lot of strategy involved in it. Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you progressing, mate. Hopefully it's not because you left Team SRW. Maybe we'll switch you back in there. Maybe I just won't tell you and I'll just change it on the screen. But, mate, congratulations. Epic drive. I'm absolutely stoked for you to see you getting some just desserts for the efforts you've been putting in. Congratulations. And who gets you online and supports you now as a driver, mate?
Well, no one really. Sort of a bit of a one-man band. Really, just shout out to my old man. Really, he sort of tunes into all the races. Like, he watches these broadcasts and sort of gives me constructive criticism and things like that. But yeah, no, I'm not on a team or anything. Just having fun racing.
That's what it's all about, mate. And congratulations. And I'm sure the old man was super stoked. Hopefully the adrenaline will rush out soon, mate, and you'll be able to sleep. Otherwise, you might have a late night and a crappy start to the morning tomorrow.
No, I think I should be right in a bit. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate what you do on the Bullcraft. It's really good. I love it.
All right, mate. Take care of yourself and speak to you soon.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, another fast dude that's out there that's been kicking out some ass and had a cracking race, but probably a very lonely race as well. Jordan Mazzaroli taking the second step for the V8 Supercar Championships by Warren and Brown. Jordan, it was a lonely affair for you out there, mate, but how was it?
Yeah, it was indeed a bit of a lonely race for the majority of the time, but yeah, the safety car definitely did shake things up a fair bit. So yeah, it was really managed to grab an extra spot near the end there. It was a little bit tight. Probably it was a little bit it was a little bit rough, but it was a bit of a rough pass. But you know, I'm not the exact didn't want it not exactly the way I wanted to make the pass, but
Yep.
but yeah, all in all, I think I was pretty happy with my performance considering.
You had it pretty much easy till that safety car came out, and then all hell broke loose. You've gone from cruise control to trying to get your mindset into a sprint format. How was that for you, sitting in that safety car straight, waiting for the race to go after you were sort of in cruise control for maybe, 50 minutes, 40 minutes?
Yeah, especially after driving around for 50 minutes. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to get your head back into a little bit, but yeah, it was definitely. Oh, sorry, you can tell I'm bugged, but
It's all good, man. It's all good. No, you're all good. You obviously been drained out there. The adrenaline's still rushing through your veins for you. Is that your first podium for the majors?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think it is too. Well, you've done a stellar job, mate. Absolute cracking out there. Pace has been really good. It's good to see you at the very pointy end. May it be for a bit of fortune or not. You drove a killer race, did what you had to do, and when the gun went off for the sprint to the finish, you got yourself in a cracking position. So congratulations, mate. Who gets Mr. Jordan Mazzaroli out on track and supports you racing, mate?
always my dad. Yeah, he always helps me out when when any moment he can. So we always always look at setup and look at strategies and all that stuff. So shout out to him. And yes, and obviously just thank to all the competitors for a great race and for SRW for hosting this event.
Mate, well, congratulations. Hopefully we'll see more from you at the pointy end. One more round to go. Have an absolute cracker, mate, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Mazzaroli taking the second step for Tulip Racing. And here we have is the little legend who we weren't sure which way it was going to go tonight and did a sensational second stint. Ladies and gentlemen, top step tonight is taken out for the Warren Brown V8 Supercar Championship, Mr. Rian Leonage from Phoenix Driver Development. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. The race is quite tiring. This track, 47 laps, I think it was in the end. And you never really get a break, maybe a couple seconds break on the front straight, but otherwise you're always on it, and it's quite a tough track as well, so it really takes a lot out of you.
How crushed were you when you heard safety car, safety car, safety car after all that tactical work you went through for 45 minutes?
Yeah, I was a little upset about that, but I knew there was only like 11 minutes or something, or a bit longer than that when the safety car got called. And then obviously a couple laps to do the safety car, and I realized, all right, there's probably only going to be, less than 10 minutes left of the race. I think I can defend that. And that's what we did.
It was spectacular racing right through. Strategy wise, you absolutely crushed it. I think James Scott also made a mistake in the pits too. One of the viewers picked up that he went off to Jackson back up again. But even in that, your turnaround was about 7 seconds, because you were like about 3 seconds behind him in the second pit stop and came out like 5 seconds ahead. So your fuel saving must have been amazing. How much focus was going on there? What were you saving a lap?
I think it was around 100 mils per lap. So when you consider how many laps there are, it's it was quite a fair bit. And just now it's sort of come natural to me. Just whenever there's a heavy braking zone or something, just whatever I can do. But whenever there's traffic, I always got to make sure full focus is on the driving. And it all just worked well together.
Yep. Strategy wise, the restart for the safety car looked pretty good. You pinpointed it. What was it? Just after the second part of the chicane, second part of the S. Was that where you put the foot down?
I was planning to do it a little bit closer to the line, but then started just getting pushed out of the corner, so I kind of just had to go.
Yeah, you thought it'd be safer to keep going.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, it's been a season of up and downs for all the top three, actually. Not just yourself. A few incidents here and there, and being unfortunate bystanders of incidents that are happening on track. But it's led to an amazing finish. Literally a couple of points between the top three, and it's still anyone's title to going into the last race. Where are the thoughts at the moment? Is it just going to be guns out, or is it going to be conservative? I mean, James pushed a little bit hard in that final sector, and the rear end went on him. He lost some critical points there where he could have been still a little bit more comfortable, let's say. I don't think they were championship losing points, but the comfort zone was gone.
Yeah, it's been, quite an up and down, like you said. Couple incidents here and there, but overall, I think it's been quite interesting. Especially that there's, 3 of us in the mix for it. I'm just gonna bring it on. Not gonna back down at all. The second you let your guard down, that's when things go wrong. So, gonna keep the focus on and just do the best we can.
Yeah. So you're not the type of guy who would go for the conservative run and just sort of pace it to the end, or I don't think you're going to have the chance to do that, are you? Really, with these guys around you, James and Ryan can be quite feisty at times as well. So it's going to be a guns out last race, and I'm hearing rumours that there might even be a super sprint. So if that's the case, that's going to be absolute bedlam.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Long Beach just by itself is a tough track, let alone how the race format will end up being. And I think, with the pace that a lot of other people have been showing throughout the season, and especially showing at this track where everyone's a lot closer, I've been really impressed with everyone. It's been, making some good racing, and I think there just isn't really any room for backing down. Just got to keep pushing hard, otherwise you just keep going down, and eventually that could be the championship gone.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think, we saw a 2-second split from top to bottom in the qualies, which is probably the closest we've seen it all year. And I think you're spot on. Mid-pack drivers are really improving. You've got drivers like Will Morgan who have really stepped up and got some real good pace in him. So we saw tonight the lads that came up, Mazzaroli and Nielsen. So it's a lot more than just to worry about Mueller and James Scott as well.
Yeah, I think towards the start of the season, there was definitely more of a 2 or 3 horse race, but with other people getting in the mix because of fights and then also just the improvement of everyone, I think it's really made it quite interesting, and last round's going to be good fun.
You're going to have to stop training some of these boys that you race against.
Yeah. It's getting scary now.
It is. Listen, mate, congratulations. It's good to see you at the top step. The title fight is on, and it's on like Donkey Kong, as they say it. Who gets Round Leonage from Phoenix Driver Development out on track and supports the team?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Hybrid Race Simulations, Melbourne Hydrographics Depot, Aramax Heatherton, DHF Tires, RSW Graphics, Bubbles and Balloons, and Phoenix Driver Development. We do coaching setups for all the generations of V8s. Just message us on Facebook or Discord. On Facebook, it's Phoenix Driver Development, or me or Dad on Discord. And I'd like to thank Dad for the last minute setup change that we did. We came a little bit unprepared. But yeah, a little bit of extra effort just last second, and also him for doing the strategy, and you guys for putting on the show.
Excellent, mate. Well, it's been a cracking night. Congratulations. Good luck for the rest of the season, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, the Warren and Brown V8 Supercar Championship penultimate race winner, Rian Leonage from Phoenix Driver Development. Congratulations, bud, and good luck for the final race.
Thank you very much. See you next time.
Cheers, buddy. Well, Mr. Watson, what a absolute cracker that was. I mean, I thought you're on first, but it just all went the other way, and triggers were pulled, and some amazing racing the last 10, 20 minutes. That was just unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was crazy. Just everything got flipped up on its head for that last sprint after the safety car, and oh boy, what a finish for the ages. And this sets up the fact that we are going to have one heck of a title fight here going into Long Beach.
Oh, yeah. Now, if rumors are correct that it's going to be a super sprint, this is going to be, I don't know if it's the wise, I don't think it's the wise move. I don't know. I'll find out probably today, tomorrow, because it's just going to be mayhem. It's going to be so many titles on edge. It's going to be absolutely nuts. I'm really looking forward to it. To have a couple of points between the top three after 9 rounds is bloody spectacular.
Yeah, you literally cannot ask for anything better if you're a race fan or us broadcasters. This is just going to be enthralling.
A lot of fun. Well, viewers, it was a cracker. We're at Long Beach next week. If you want to miss something special, you miss next week's race. If you want to see something special, tune into next week's race. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up, hit the notifications to get the ding ding so you know when we're on next. Mr. Watson and I will be here, raring to see how these boys go, raring to see what the final results are going to be. We're going to be sitting here with calculators and pencils and pens behind our ears, working out where the championship's going from the pros, the AMs, and the pro-AMs, because it's tight all the way through. Then for those of you who are open wheel fans, join us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for the penultimate round. We got drivers not only fighting for the Pro-Am, Am, and Pro titles, but also drivers fighting for the top 13 to qualify for the Australian Open Wheel Nationals. So that's going to be spectacular on its own. And then Thursday night, join Kobe and Mr. Watson in there tonight on the in the booth again for some spectacular GR86 series brought to you by Warren Brown as well. And then coming in for a door bang with me on Sunday night for a bit of fun. We've got 2 more rounds of the GT3s coming. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the viewers out there. We had some spectacular numbers. We've had some lot of fun out here as well, chatting with you guys. See you all tomorrow night and Thursday night. And let's enjoy the penultimate round of the SRW series. Good night, all.